Now, today is day 4. We are going to do a little bit more extensions on finding the surface area and volume. Now, keep in mind, surface area is only for a 3D shapes. So you are finding the area only to the shape that is surrounding it on the outside. Okay. Now, let's try some sample questions here. So example number 1. Draw the nets for each of the object and use it to find the surface area of each object. So finding the surface area, I guess it definitely helps when you know how to draw the net for net shape. But it is not required, but if you are able to do it, that would be great. So in this case, we have a rectangular prism. So I can see that it's 5 by 3 at the bottom. So let's see, 5. So this is too big. This is 5 by 3. And then 5 by 3, it looks like we have top and bottom. And then right beside it, we have the side rectangle, which is 5 and 4. So this is 4, a little bit longer. And this is 5 again, same thing. And then next we have 3. And lastly we have 4. And this is also 5. And then at the top we have 3 by 4. So we have over here 3 by 4, 3 and 4 here. And then again we have 3 by 4. Okay, so this is 3 and this is also 3. Okay, good. So now that I've drawn the net shape, let's identify the area. So it looks like I have 3 different rectangles. So the surface area of 2 of, let's say, 1, this is 1, right? And then this is 2 and 2, same thing, same shape. And then this is 3 and 3. So we have 3 different types. So we have rectangle 1 and 2 of rectangle 2. And we have 2 of the rectangle 3. So 2 times, the formula for finding the area of a rectangle is length times width. 2 times length times width. 2 times length times width. So 2, the length of the first one is, let's say, 5 times 3. So 5 times 3. And then the second one is 3 times 4. 3 times 4. And then the third one is 4 times 5. 4 times 5. And then, so you're going to do 5 times 3 and then times that by 2. So it's going to give me 30 plus 24 plus 40. And in total, my surface area is 94 meter square.
Wait.
Next, let's take a look at the cylinder at the bottom. If you look at the cylinder, we are looking for the surface area again. So I'm going to draw a net shape, circle, and the circle. So we have shape 1 and shape 2. So the surface area of a cylinder is the area of shape 1, a rectangle, and then the area of 2 circles. There's 2 of them, right? Same thing. So for the rectangle, let's label. So it looks like this is 5. This length is 5. And then we know that The radius is 2.3. So it's going to be length times width plus 2 times pi r squared. Now we know radius and we know length, but we don't know, sorry, this is 5. But we don't know what this length is, right? It's not given. So to find this length, well, you can derive it because it's going to surround the whole circle when you wrap it around. So to find the length for this one is equal to pretty much the circumference of a circle. The circumference of a circle, the formula is 2 pi r. So let's find out. So 2 pi is 3.14 times radius is 2.3. So when you multiply all together, you will be getting 14.4 centimeter. So that will be my length of a rectangle. So you had to do a the previous step in order to find the surface area. So now that we know this, the length is 14.4 times 5, the width, plus 2 times 3.14 times radius 2.3 squared. So when I multiply this, I get 72. And don't forget, 2.3 squared is 2.3 times 2.3. And that will give you 5.29. And then times 2, you will get 33.22. Therefore, the surface area is 105.2 centimeter squared. Okay, good. Now let's try the next example, number 5. So for each of the following, draw a net, okay, of the shape provided and find the surface area. So this time what we're working is, if you look at letter B and C, we're given a pyramid. Oh no, not pyramid. No, it's not pyramid, it's a prism, sorry. Prism is when you have like a base and that has been stretched, right? Like a 2D shape that's been stretched. This is prism. On the other hand, pyramid is when you have, let's say, a base and it has like a pointy top. That will be the pyramid. So let's try letter B. So it looks like I have a base of a right angle triangle. So if I have to draw the shape, so I have 3 sides of the triangle, right? And then we have, let's say, this, and let's say this, and this side will attach to here, and this side will attach to here. So knowing this is going to be, let's say the base is 1.4, the height is 1.1. That means this is 1.1, this is 1.1. The height is 2. This is also 2. 2. And this is 1.4, 1.1. But it looks like we don't know what this is gonna be. It doesn't give us. So if I'm going to look for this length must be same as this length over here, and this must be same as this length over here. So to look for x, let's say, well, it looks like it's a right angle triangle, right? So we're going to use a Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals, in this case, x squared, the hypotenuse. A is 1.1 squared, and b is 1.4 squared equals x squared. So when you add them together, square it and add, you will get 3.17 x squared. And opposite of squaring is square root, both sides, and x is 1.78. So that's what it is for this length here, and here. So now that I know this, let's write down the formula for surface area. So it looks like I'm given shape 1 and shape 2, shape 3. They're all different because the length is different, but the triangle is the same. So the surface area is the area of rectangle, the 3 kinds, 1 of each, and then 2 of the area of a triangle. So it's length times width for all rectangle, plus 2 times the area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to plug it in. So 2 times 1.1 plus 2 times 1.4 plus 2 times 1.78 plus 2 times the base of a triangle is 1.4. The height of the triangle is 1.1 divided by 2. So when you multiply, you get 1.54 plus 2.2. Oh no. Sorry. So when you multiply, you get 2.2 plus 2.8 plus 3.56. And then when you multiply this all together and divide by 2, and then don't forget to times that by 2, you get 1.54. Add it all together and you will get 10.1 meter squared. So that will be your surface area. So you do have to do like a little bit, it's a multi-step question, sometimes involving you to do a Pythagorean theorem. Okay. Now let's try example 6. So now this time what we're doing is we are finding the volume of each shape. So let's try the volume of 6, let's try this one, 6b. So we're given a square base prism because it looks like this is 115 and 115. It's a square. And it has been stretched by 2.5, which is the height. So the volume is always, volume of any type of prism is area of the base times height of how much it has been stretched. Area of the base in this case is s squared, which is length times width, same, times the height. So in this case is 115 squared times 2.5. Oops. Now keep in mind, you will notice that the units are different. My mistake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change meter to centimeter. So if you look at your unit conversion, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So knowing this, write down the given, 2.5 meter. So we're trying to get rid of meter. So meter goes at the bottom and centimeter goes at the top. We know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Meter and meter cancels out. So 2.5 times 100 divided by 1 gives me 250 centimeter. So therefore, the height is not 2.5, it's actually 250 centimeter. Same unit. And when you multiply all together, you'll get 3,306,250 centimeter square. And that's how you find the volume of a prism. Any type of prism. Area of the base times height. This is the base. Now what about letter C? Now letter C, this time you're given a pyramid. It's pointy at the top, right? So look at your formula sheet for pyramid and keep in mind the pyramid, interesting about it, pyramid volume is always the volume of the prism divided by 3. And you have to remember that this is only the case only if they share the same base. Then if I have the 3 of the pyramid, then it will fill up to exactly the volume of a prism. So for this one, it looks like we're again given a square base pyramid. It's the same. Square base pyramid. So volume, if you look at the formula, it says length times width times height of the pyramid divided by 3. So therefore, the length in this case, and notice how all the units are the same, yard, yard, and yard. So 30 times 30 times the height of the pyramid, it looks like it's 36, and divided by 3. And once you punch it in the calculator, you'll get 10,800 yard cube. Oops, my mistake. Here, because it's volume, it should be cubic. So please watch out. So just a reminder, perimeter, the degree, the exponent should be 1, area should be 2, and volume should be 3. So volume of this pyramid is 10,800. Okay, and that's it for today's lesson.